So it looks like J.K. Rowling has done it yet again. J.K. Rowling has the ability to trigger so many people online, and the reason for this is because they simply just cannot cancel her. She is impossible to cancel because she doesn't care about the fact that anybody's trying to cancel her. This woman is a multi-millionaire slash billionaire probably. At this point, she doesn't care what people are saying about her online. Every attempt at boycotting her products has gone completely down the shitter, and it's going to completely continue to do so because people love Harry Potter. It's an IP that stands the test of time. It's one of those IPs that will never be able to be slowed down whatsoever. The only way Harry Potter can kill itself is if Harry Potter itself kills itself, which is still very much possible considering that J.K. Rowling is one of the most hardcore progressives that is out there currently in today's modern day. And the sad thing is, these people who hate her have absolutely no idea that this is the case. Now, why am I talking about J.K. Rowling? So, according to this article from Bounding Into Comics, and it's also on her Twitter feed, she has completely destroyed the activists that are on Twitter because she has yet again said something that has pissed them off. So the article says J.K. Rowling brushes off activists, calls to boycott upcoming Harry Potter Max series, and says, "I've taken the precaution of laying in a large stock of champagne." Listen, this woman is going to throw her money in your face any chance she gets, and I don't blame her for doing so. I gotta admit that J.K. Rowling as a person, I would probably disagree with 90% of what she actually talks about. But because she defends women's spaces and because she defends women's rights and actual real biological women, all the progressives are trying to essentially cancel her, even though she would most definitely be one of their biggest allies if they would just shut the hell up and allow her to do so. So let's get into this article and go over the tweet. But guys, of course, before we do, consider hitting the like button on this video to help push us out into the YouTube algorithm. It says, ever since Warner Bros. Discovery unveiled their plans to reboot the Harry Potter franchise as a live-action Max series, Twitter activists have attempted to organize a mass boycott against due to the potential involvement of the franchise's creator, J.K. Rowling. Well, it's not potential involvement, okay? Like, she is 100% going to be involved in the creation of this TV show. I believe she's an executive producer, so there's no doubt about it. J.K. Rowling is going to be involved in the TV series for Harry Potter. What they decide to do with it, how woke they decide to make it, that's going to be up to between J.K. Rowling and the actual creators of the show. Which I've said many times, you should fully expect this TV show to be woke. There's no reason why you shouldn't expect that. J.K. Rowling, just because she sides with biological women, doesn't mean she's not a hardcore progressive in every other avenue. It says, officially announced on April 12th, WBD has said that the series will be a faithful adaptation of the iconic books, which will dedicate a full season to each of the original 7 books in the boy wizard's journey. Now, I don't consider this to be a faithful adaptation. I don't think it's going to be. I've said it many, many times. I fully expect to see lots of people get blacked, if you guys know what I mean. Like, Hermione for sure is going to get blacked. It's only a matter of time. The Weasleys will probably get blacked if Hollywood continues to do their ginger genocide. Probably will end up being the entire family gets blacked. I would almost guarantee you. Although the only thing that's makes me curious as to whether or not they'll do that is because the Weasleys are very, very poor. So I don't know if they would want to depict a black family as being extremely poor like the Weasleys were. But aside from that, if that was not the case, they would definitely get blacked. If the Weasleys were as rich as the Malfoys, 100%. They will be turned black, I promise you that. So it says, in a statement released alongside the announcement, Rowling confirmed that she would be involved with the new series, writing, "Max's commitment to preserving the integrity of my books is important to me, and I'm looking forward to being part of this new adaptation, which will allow for a degree of depth and detail only afforded by a long-form television series." And I do agree with that. I've agreed with that before when J.K. Rowling said that because, again, TV series, when done properly, allows you to showcase a lot more content, especially if you're trying to do a book adaptation. The Harry Potter books are so vast, especially the last few books, that when they did the movies, they had to break up the last book into 2 movies in order to do it justice, or even to attempt to do it justice, because it was just too big of a book. The Deathly Hallows was just too big of a book, and they just couldn't fit it in all in one movie, so they decided to split it up into 2 movies, and that was back in the day where doing something like that was not very common. It says, unsurprisingly, this news was met with backlash from Twitter activists, many of whom, such as a feminist author Burson Tetic, issued an ultimatum declaring that anyone who participated in the development of a Watch the series was making a political statement against transgender individuals. Well, I guess I'm going to be making a statement against transgender individuals. I guess you've decided that for me. Those who will play in the new Harry Potter series working with J.K. Rowling will also be making a choice, said Tetic, stand against trans people all over the world. So they're trying to make this into a them or us kind of like situation, and they always do this because the more grand they make it, the more like life-threatening they make it, the bigger the story they sell. Not only do they get more clicks personally, like this person definitely will get more clicks on their Twitter personally by making it seem like this, but they also make it seem like you're making a moral decision for simply taking a job and performing a role in an artistic piece that is fictional. You know, they always tell us and remind us whenever they race swap these characters that they're fictional and that they don't matter and that the skin color doesn't matter and all this other shit doesn't matter. But suddenly, now that they're playing these characters, now it suddenly matters because it's going against trans people. And it's not even going against trans people. It's just in their mind going against trans people. So again, they don't have to necessarily explain anything because they've set up this entire narrative that turns them into the ultimate victims. And this is only going to last as long as trans people are the ultimate victims. Eventually, a new version of an ultimate victim will take over and trans people will be forgotten about like every other ultimate victim they came before them. It's the constant need to kind of one-up each other in terms of victimhood, and that's what's really sad about this particular side of the aisle. It says, however, it seems that the activist bleeding is falling on deaf ears as Rowling herself has admitted that she cares little for their disingenuous rhetoric. Responding to the calls for boycott on April 21st, Rowling sarcastically declared, dreadful news, which I feel duty-bound to share. Activists in my mentions are trying to organize yet another boycott of my work, this time of the Harry Potter TV show. She then concluded, as forewarned is forearmed, I've taken the precaution of laying in a large stock of champagne. As of this writing, Max's Harry Potter TV series has not yet to receive any sort of potential release date. So again, she's doing this because she knows that just like Hogwarts Legacy, they completely failed to boycott that game. They completely failed to make any sort of difference. They made that game succeed 3 times more than what the actual developers thought the game was going to succeed at. It was already considered to be potentially a success, and it made it do, I believe, 256% over targeted goal or something along those lines. It was an insane number. The game, it's $1 billion franchise. Harry Potter's Hogwarts Legacy is $1 billion franchise. And that is because of the activists who really genuinely thought that they had the numbers. They really think, because Twitter makes them think this. That's the problem. When you're online, you really think that there's a lot more people that agree with you than there actually is. Twitter makes these lunatics think that there is a lot more lunatics out there that agree with them than there actually are. And Hogwarts Legacy was full-on proof that people don't give a fuck about this stuff. People don't care about what you have to say in regards of a boycott. Unless the boycott is an actual real boycott like what's happening with Bud Light right now, nobody cares. So again, you're only going to help Harry Potter succeed. I cannot wait to see you get proven wrong. And when this TV show comes out, even if it's woke or not, I'm going to review it just for the simple fact that I know it's going to piss off a lot of Twitter. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.